Hello guys, welcome to the Wings Mobile Detailing Podcast, car version parked in front of the shop, if you guys are watching on YouTube. Arson here, co-host. Is there a co-host?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
Support,
yeah. You ruined it, you don't support one. Nice to see you, man. It's always nice to see you.
It's been a while, man. Every time I see you, I think we say the same thing.
We say the same thing and we say we're going to do a short podcast. It ends up 10 minutes. But tonight we're going to talk about shop detailing versus mobile detailing. Let's stay with the introduction now, and bam.
Welcome to the Wings Mobile Detailing Business and Automotive Podcast with your host, Andre Mezzalera.
Are we done?
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
So when is it like the right time? And I hear a lot of detailers actually say, dude, once I got into the shop, I start, operating my business with a mobile detailer garage. What does that mean? That means that you're going to be able to do more ceramic coatings and paint corrections.
Right.
Or if you do wrap, clear bra, all that stuff that is more profitable, more lucrative for business.
Just gives you more convenience, to do heavier services and things like that. Yeah, 100%. When we first started getting ceramic coatings a few years ago, I wanted to shop so badly just because it makes it so much easier to do heavy services like that. Services that take in all day or multiple days. It's hard. A lot of times you find it difficult to do it in someone else's garage, or you always find inconveniences.
Yes.
And but then when you do get a shop, I think you've told me this a few times, that you see a lot of the benefits of the mobiles once you have the shop. So when you have one, you always want the other. And I guess we'll just dig into what are the pros and cons of each.
Yes, and there's also the price too. Like, when is it worth it to start paying for rent for a shop?
Right, yeah.
And when is it worth it? When do you see the clientele coming? When's the right time to get it in? But it is totally true. Once you get a shop, it's more convenient. It actually pushes you to actually try to sell more ceramic coating services.
Yeah.
Maybe it's about motivation as well. All that aspects. To get more services, because you're not depending as a mobile company, mobile detailer, you're not dependent to ask them, do you have a garage? And if they don't, if it's too tight, there's no light there, you have to bring lights. You have to be at the client's house, you don't have the comfort of your own shop.
Right, yeah.
So definitely convenience, having a shop is hands down, it's better.
Yeah.
I think the second part is motivation. What do you think? Like having the shop, how you feel more motivated to get to?
I mean, it's just like having just buying your first van. Also, it's you're working a lot for it, just because it's that brand new feeling of having this, and I have to fill it up, I have to put it to use. It gives you an extra drive, and having going back to your point. Oh, sorry. Going back to your point about having a shop and how much more convenient it can be to do heavier services, more profitable services. It is more convenient for you, but in a way it's less convenient for your customers, because they have to figure a way out to come drop off the car. Someone has to give them a ride back, and then they'll have to come pick it up on another day at a time that works for both of you again. So so you're making it convenient for yourself. Sometimes you're making it inconvenient for your client. Like we have a lot of clients that
that's true.
Prefer us doing it at their garage, so that it cures in their garage, and then they can just drive it out from there. They don't have to worry about picking it up, dropping it off, things like that.
Yeah, because some clients wanted it done at their place. They like, you come to me to do ceramic.
Yeah.
Although most of the time though, I get that people feel much more safer when they bring to us. If we say it's sometimes, even if they think it's more convenient to go to them, they think, but I'd rather take somewhere, even though it's more inconvenient to me, because I know it's there, it's in their shop being treated. It's not just in my garage.
It is safer, and it also it allows you to do a better quality job also, just because you're in a very contained area. You have everything there. The sun isn't hitting it. You don't have to keep taking it out, taking it in. You don't have to worry about doing it in someone's garage and hitting their storage stuff and things like that.
True.
It's having shitty lights in their garage and things like that. So the quality definitely increases, but which you can charge more for if you want, but at the same time you are paying more for the shop as well.
For the rent,
so Is it going to be more profitable if that's the main question? Then
and we're gonna get to that to see like what is profitable to the point that you get there. As far as you were mentioning, which is a great point I think to emphasize, like what's the client's perspective having a shop. When we used to be in a mobile detailer only and we didn't have a shop, we prefer to not even bring the fact that we don't have a shop. When the client requests a ceramic and when we didn't have a shop, we just tell them, hey, we're going to be able to come to you. And as a business owner, you got to get around that. We're able to come to you. We're going to make sure your garage is fit so it's at your convenience. When you don't have a shop, you don't want to tell the client, I don't have a shop. That's why I'm doing it in your garage.
Yeah.
Even though you have to be more control as a detailer, you're still going to do a professional job. But I think that normally having a garage, and if you feel like the client is feeling convenient to bring it to you, I think they actually prefer it to bring it to you. That's what I got feeling. Can I bring it to your garage if things
for services? Yeah, for services that are expensive, especially.
I'm talking specifically ceramic coating and paint correction services.
For that, I mean, it's understandable. Yeah. I would want the same thing. I want it to be in the perfect environment, the best environment for it.
Now, mobile services, all their premier sealant wax application, that's like you having mobile. Right. It's not even worth to have a shop if you're only thinking about that. You want to buy a shop if you're thinking about ceramics. 2 or 3
hour services, for example, like clients don't want to come and sit at your garage or in your shop for 2 to 3 hours. They prefer mobile. So it just depends on what kind of clientele you're going after and what kind of clientele you have at the moment. Mm-hmm. And if you have, if you're someone who has a lot of ceramic coating jobs and you think you're falling behind because a lot of your clients are like they don't have a garage or they prefer to do it in a shop and things like that, then yeah, it's definitely worth it to get a shop. For
when
us,
it's the time. Yeah, when you see
it's all about the timing. The first few years of not having a shop. If I had a shop the first 2 years and stuff like that, I wouldn't be able to fill it up. It would just be collecting rent. And
you have to have your foot on the ground. And I think first the thing to analyze when you want to have a shop is to make sure the demand is there first, and not get a shop for the demand to come. Because sure, you having a shop, you're gonna improve pictures on Instagram, you're gonna market more of those people who want ceramic coating on their cars. That's true, but a lot of businesses fail because they put their carriage in front of the horse.
Yeah, because usually rent is a couple thousand, so you have to be able to find a way. It's not just getting one more ceramic a month to fill that up. You have to be confident that you can fill it up, and still be profitable.
That's a good point. That's when it's ready, I think.
Yeah. Exactly. And I think it comes with time. It's best to have both, obviously, to offer both kinds of services. But I think if it's for someone who's listening, they're thinking about starting their own detailing business, I think it's probably best to start with mobile first, and then work your way into a garage.
Unless they actually want to focus on
purely ceramics and paint corrections and things like that.
Yeah, expand in that way, expand in the shop style. Right. That's fine. That's a different
type
focus of business.
Yeah.
But if you start on mobile, then you go to a shop later, then you're dominating detailing overall.
Yeah.
Because you're there and people are gonna want convenience. Mobile, but that's a different podcast between mobile and shop.
Yeah.
One more thing, bro. I think that a lot of people ask and think, oh, if I get a shop now, all the details are rescheduled due to rain. Wouldn't that help? Because then wouldn't that make up for me having a rent if I do it early on, especially during winter as well? And I had with personal experience, not really, because if you have mobile business and you schedule and then it rains that day, normally you have to reschedule clients on a mobile business. And if you think, oh, if I had a shop, I could just call them and bring to the shop. They don't want it.
Yeah,
it's raining. Car wash places are closed when it's raining.
Yeah.
And it's also inconvenient because let's say one client says, yes, I want it, but will they be able to bring it to you? Number two, do they have the time that you're available on your schedule?
No.
And And most times when it's saying it's going to rain all day, sometimes it doesn't rain in the afternoon. And we're able to schedule clients in the afternoon and then mess up the schedule.
Yeah, I think it just depends on what kind of business you're going for in order to like decide. Yeah, it comes down.
Yeah.
I think it comes down to the quantity of cars you're doing, the quality you want to put out there, and, and the type of prices, and the type of your services you're doing. If you're doing mainly regular details, interior, exterior details, polish, sealant, things like that, then you don't really need a shop for that. You could do all that mobile and with a lot less expenses.
Yeah.
But if you're doing, if you're a detailer, and there's a lot of detailers out there who only do, full paint corrections and ceramic coatings and wraps and things like that. For that, you need a shop. You can't do that in a garage, at least not all the time. So and it just comes down to a few things.
I think at the end of the day, as you made a very good point there, it comes down to the demand for when you get a shop.
Yeah.
Is the shop worth it? Of course it is. It cannot be worth it also if you do it too early and if you're not prepared. When you have a shop, will it increase your motivation to go get more ceramic coating clients? Yes, it will. But don't depend on that. Have the demand first. Be foot on the ground. When you have a shop, will clients see your business better? Clients in the audience that wants ceramic coating, will they come more? Are you gonna be able to market more to those people? Yes, with the pictures.
Yeah.
And you can't really track that because you're posting every time on Instagram, but people do see. They see the shop there. I was like, oh, nice. I want to take my car to ceramic. I see the results, but that's step by step. It's not I always think that way. That's my personal opinion. You shouldn't get a shop first and then wait for the demand. And you also don't want to wait for too long, You also don't want to wait.
Yeah, you don't want to have an insane amount of demand and just like, am I ready?
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, that's true. That can be a problem as well. So there's kind of a balance there.
You should definitely seize that sort of opportunity, but at the same time, if like there is literally nothing there, then you shouldn't be getting because it can be expensive. How many business owners do we know that go all out? They buy all these equipment, they get it in the nicest shop.
Bro, there's the
nicest business cards, the nicest everything,
and we have a podcast.
They don't have one customer yet, and it's just like, dude, you just spent so much money on having all this nice looking stuff, but who are you going to use it on? What happened to all that money that you're going to use for marketing and things like that? So
yeah, and we have a hope. That's a very good podcast that we had. If you scroll down, a podcast on people starting big with the big showroom and stuff.
Yeah.
So that was really good. And so those are the point, guys. As a personal experience, when I got the shop, I was doing fully mobile with four events locally in Richmond, Virginia. We have more than one location in one city, but here in Richmond, Virginia, we had 4 events going out. It was packed and booked, and sometimes we get ceramic coatings once every 2 months. That's how the demand was. And I was like, okay, I want to get a shop. It's about time. I need to focus on getting a shop. So I started to go after the ceramic first. Call people, find leads, lead systems to get more than one ceramic every 2 months. Leads at least. I want to have more than, I want to have about 3 leads a month that I know it would close, at least 1 ceramic a month. And that's still little. That was still very little for me because
it was a start,
but I decided to do it. And it was you rushed me a little bit on that, which was good.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to do I wanted more than 1 ceramic a month. I wanted before the shop, but I saw the potential coming.
Yeah.
And I wasn't gonna break the pocket getting a shop. If you're gonna break your pocket getting a shop, don't do it. Gotta be ready.
It's not worth it.
Definitely ready.
Yeah. The hype can be a little too real for a shop. Everyone wants to shop just because it looks better. It looks nicer. Yeah. It looks more professional. There's more you can do. It's more convenient for yourself.
And we're showing this video. I'll show in the back here our shop just for the video.
Yeah.
If you guys are listening to podcasts on iTunes and Spotify, go on YouTube, Wings Mobile Detailing, and you'll find this podcast there.
The only plug that we're gonna put in there.
Yes. Oh, I do plugs. Oh, that's cool. People want to see the shop, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Bro, it's nice to have you over here, bro. I'll go up to Fairfax and mess your stuff up. Also, the wings there.
Yeah, we're 3 locations now. We're excited. We're growing. Hopefully we'll have a second shop in the next year or so.
Yes.
All right, bro.
Thank you very much, guys, listeners, for listening. And continue to listen, leave a review. Arsenal always asks for reviews.
If you're gonna not leave a 5-star review, then don't do it. I don't think that's
Just
correct.
Messages on Instagram. Say how much we suck.
Yeah, critique us in private. Give us praises in public.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
Everybody.